Welcome to my LGBT lesbian channel. The series Checkmate, Stripper and Dance for Me are voiced for you in full history. Thank you for your comments, reactions and subscription to my channel. Have a nice day everyone. She just smiled and walked out of the house. Meredith soon showed up, serving me a glass of juice since I hadn't eaten breakfast. I decided that I would go look for Camila. It was already 11 a.m. and I hadn't seen her face. I walked to her room wondering if the idea of seeing her was too nosy. I didn't know to what extent our closeness would start to bother her. But in that moment I wouldn't care. The deal was that in this weekend we would be only Camila and Lauren. I stopped in front of her door, lightly knocking on it 3 times and no answer. I knocked again and again, nothing. I leaned a little on the door, making it open slightly. I froze the minute that through the tiny passage that the door offered me, I saw Camila leave the bathroom completely naked. Holy fucking shit. I cussed in thought when I saw the brunette's breathtaking body. It was simply marvelous. I swallowed hard, staying immobile for a few instants, mesmerized by what I was seeing. Just think of Camila Cabello completely naked, with her body wet due to just leaving the bath, drying her long strands of hair with a towel. She was simply spectacular. By some reason her body was so familiar, which I knew to be crazy because it was the first time that I was seeing it. Lauren, you shouldn't be spying on her like this. I thought in that moment, but against my thought there was my body that didn't want to leave that place. The woman walked to her suitcase, grabbing a totally delicate and white lingerie, dressing it calmly, without even realizing that she was being watched. I closed my eyes and shook my head. I left that place, cussing the damn desire that I had to just walk into that room. You are going crazy, I said to myself, descending the stairs to the living room. Speaking alone, sweetie? I looked to the side, and my mom walked towards me, smiling. Just thinking out loud, where is Taylor? She's outside with your dad. Those two decided that they want to decorate the garden and Camila said that she would help. Camila? Yes, honey, Camila gets along so well with both of them that it's so funny. She's a good girl. Yeah, I know. Speaking of her, my mom said as soon as she saw Camila descending the stairs with a beautiful smile on her face, I didn't know which was the better view, the one from a few minutes ago or this one. She was with her hair loose, a little wet, high-waisted denim shorts, and a white blouse that left a little bit of her tummy showing. Talking about me, Mrs.? Good morning, Lauren. Yes, I was telling Lauren that you, Taylor and Mike were planning the garden decoration for tonight. My mom spoke as she went to the kitchen. Yes, that is true. Good morning, Miss Cabello, I said to her, not that I wanted to treat her formally, but sometimes I forgot of our new conditions. Finally, Malal, come on, we have a lot of things to buy. Taylor shouted from the door. Do you mind? Camila asked, looking at me. Yes, I wanted you to stay here. Then I'll stay with you. You will? She nodded with a smile. Don't even think about it. Leave her alone for a bit, Lauren. Taylor spoke, intertwining her arm on Camila's, making the woman laugh. Camila came with me, you know? Where are your friends? She came with you to my house. I smiled. I have an idea. We looked at Camila, who spoke. All 3 of us can go buy the things that we need. It would be a great idea. No, no way, I want to stay here. Okay then, leave her here, Camila. We'll come back later, she won't fire you, you don't have to worry. I let out an amused laugh. I wouldn't be so sure about that, Miss Cabello. The brunette looked at me and then at Taylor several times. I'm kidding, you can go. There's no problem. Really? I nodded, making her smile and then leave beside my sister. I lay on the couch trying to relax. Lately my life was being a complete craziness. So many things happening at the same time, that sometimes I thought I could go mad. Starting with my father's disease. I remember being completely devastated when they confirmed he had Alzheimer. That was the real reason why he could no longer take care of our company, but that was what it mattered less. For weeks I researched about the evil that had no cure. With time it would only get worse. Forgetfulness, and more forgetfulness would delete the story that we have built. To worsen my situation, I had the enormous task of taking over his place and honor him successfully. Handling the branch office in Paris wasn't so complicated, but taking care of everything was much harder. I was a nervous wreck for weeks until I was calmed down by the bold touches of that stripper, Carla. What was she doing right now? Did she think about me? I closed my eyes, recreating in mind the brunette that drives me crazy. Since her extremely wavy hair, her sinuous curves, until her delicate mask, highlighting only her eyes and her hopelessly provocative mouth. How could a woman be so hot and sexy? I would lose myself in that body 1,000 times if it were possible. I would make her mine with all the desire that existed in me. She made me lose my mind. But was it only her? I remembered Camila, her beautiful and heavenly face. Her sweet and gentle way that made me feel totally fine. It was amazing how she could get into my world without even realizing. Camila was a wonderful woman, intelligent, dedicated, caring, and above all attractive. Yes, very attractive, I thought as I remembered her body this morning. But it wasn't just her body that left me like this, but her attention, her smile, and how she made me feel good. Unlike them there was Alexa, but that one didn't make me lose my mind, neither of desire and much less of affection, but she did of anger. Years after our breakup the woman had returned to disturb my life. Could I be more unfortunate? I wanted a stripper whose face I had never seen. I was confused by my secretary that at every moment made me think more about her, and I would have to endure my ex-fiancé that wanted to win me back. No, I couldn't be more unfortunate. Lore? -1 heard Mike call. I'm here, Dad. I wanted to go for a walk with you. Let's go? I stared at the man who looked at me smiling. Sure, let's go. After a long walk beside Mike, he and I stopped in one of the beach cafes. We sat in the dark wooden chairs while we drank a juice. It was good to be with him after so long. Michael Jauregui was the father that every girl would love to have. I'm proud of you, Lauren, he said out of nowhere, leaving me lost. Why are you saying this? You are carrying everything on your back, sweetie. I know how complicated and hard it is to take care of everything. I'm trying really hard, Dad. I don't want to make mistakes. Lore, I don't want you to think like that. Making mistakes is normal. I know you are trying hard as ever, and it's paying off. I really am very happy and proud. I couldn't have chosen a better person to take over my place. I really wanted to have you by my side. You have no idea how much I wanted that too. I know that everyone is seeing me as an invalid and pitying me because of this disease. He spoke sadly. Don't say that, Dad. I'm not a fool, Lauren. I know what people say about me. I know how you are all treating me lately. I try not to care. I know my problem and my limitations. And I also know that this is why you distanced yourself. I lowered my head, trying to make the urge to cry go away. Don't stay like this, honey. I need you strong, okay? I need you all right. Lauren, I don't want to die and have to spend this time away from you. You are not going to die. Daddy, don't speak nonsensical. I'm not talking about today or tomorrow. But one day I will. I know that this will only get worse, but I want you by my side. I don't want you far away from us. I want to be able to enjoy every moment of my life next to the people that I love. Because a part of my life was already taken from me, my company. Do you have any idea how I felt when they told me that I couldn't take care of everything that I had built? I let the tears fall. It was too painful to hear all of that. It was awful, but when you decided to take over my place, I calmed down, because since you were a little girl, I always knew that you would be the one. Not that I thought that your siblings couldn't handle it, but we feel when someone was born to command, and you are the right person. Thank you, Dad, I said between tears. You don't have to thank me. You deserve all of this, sweetie. But look, I don't want you to ever forget that outside that place, you have a life. I want you to be very happy, Lauren, that you build a family with someone who makes you happy, who makes you feel special. -1 will, I promise. Good, give me a hug now? He asked, smiling. I nodded, feeling his big arms hold me tenderly. I love you, Dad. I love you too, sweetie. And I think Miss Cabello is a great choice. I got out of his arms, staring at him confused. Excuse me? Oh, come on, Lauren, that girl is amazing. Does everyone want me to be with her? Don't you all understand that we are only work friends? You can change that, young lady. Now let's go. Yeah, we better go. You are already trippin', Dad, I said, laughing. Puff, Camila. I spent the morning away from Lauren, buying everything that we needed for Mr. Jauregui's birthday party. Taylor was with me, choosing every detail like a good decorator. It would only be a dinner, however elegant. I didn't feel so comfortable to participate. After all, it was only for the closest people, but I just wouldn't have how to refuse Taylor's and Lauren's demand to be there. After the busy day, I returned to the Jauregui mansion with all the preparations for the party. When I arrived, I noticed that Lauren wasn't there, and by Meredith's information, she had gone out with her father. I got more relaxed. Lauren needed time with him, a time that made her rethink how everything was going along. But I confess that I missed seeing her here, watching me like she did lately. I think we should put the tables on that side, don't you think? Taylor said, pointing to where the tables would be. Yes, and we can hang up the luminaries in some tree branches. Great idea, let's do it, Taylor said as she walked up to the people that were helping set everything up. I see you two are getting along really well. I heard Lauren's voice. She was walking towards me. I smiled involuntarily as soon as I stared at her green eyes. Yes, your sister is a sweet. With you, right, Miss Cabello? With you too. I see that you two are very close. Are you all right? I asked as who wanted nothing. Yes, I'm fine. I was on a walk with my dad. That's amazing. It sounds wonderful. Lauren nodded with a beautiful smile. Everything is getting very pretty. Yes, it is. You'll like it a lot. Right? Lauren said. I don't know if I should attend this dinner, Lauren. It's just for family and close friends. You don't have a choice, Miss Cabello. You'll be here. You are my guest. I stared at the woman who stared at me, serious. I don't know if It's an order. Her tone was the same one used normally in our working hours. Yes, Miss Jauregui, I said formally to then open a smile at her. I looked at myself for the last time in the mirror, checking the last details of my outfit for Mike's dinner. I was wearing a navy blue dress that outlined my body perfectly well, in the waist a red detail that would give a nice contrast. I used a light makeup, only highlighting my eyes and mouth, on my feet black high heels. I decided to leave my hair loose, it was slightly wavy that night. This should look good for the occasion. There were already guests in the mansion, the sound of the background music flooded our ears softly. I was happy, feeling completely at ease this weekend. Even though I thought I was intruding on what I shouldn't, Lauren ordered my presence there, and so I obeyed. I descended the stairs and went towards the garden. Everything had looked more beautiful than I expected. The place had several tables scattered, all perfectly set up with white tablecloths and silverware. The trees had as ornament the gorgeous luminaries that left the place with a romantic air. Some people were already sitting, chatting happily while the waiters circulated serving the guests. I looked at the entrance where I could see Mike and Claire greeting some people that arrived. Taylor talked to the DJ who seemed to write everything down.